The Edge Life Expo and Events is coming to the Fargo Civic Center April 25th and 26th. The Fargo Holistic Expo will feature keynote speakers James Van Praagh, Dr. Darren Wiseman, Kayla Michelle, and several others. There will also be over 50 exhibitors, psychics, and so much more. For more information, go to edgelife.net.
My name is Gary Beckman. I'm the producer of the Edge Life Expos. I'll see you at the event.
Hi, everyone. Thank you very, very much. Thank you for being here. How many people, this is the first time you've seen me in person? Raise your hand. Wow. Wow. You look great. Old friends. And how many people the second time or third time you've seen me? Wow. Okay. Well, we've lost some, but brand new people. Wow, this is great. Well, thank you for being here. I hope that I'm okay, what you thought. I'm much shorter in person than on television. I look nothing like Jennifer Love Hewitt. My boobs are smaller. And wow, that's amazing, amazing, amazing. I am very short. They call me small, medium, at large. They get worse, don't they? They get worse. So I'm glad you're here. Are people here just out of curiosity? Raise your hand if you're just curious. 2 people, 3 people, okay. Okay, it's good to be curious. And how many people want to contact someone that passed over? Okay. And how many people are here just because I'm here? Most of you. Well, great. Well, it's going to be a different type of day because I think it'll be something which, if you've never experienced this before, hold on, then I will share with you some stuff today and how many people have seen mediums work before, whether it's John Edward, Lisa Williams, or other people that have been around? Okay, great. Great. And how many people here in this audience are actual mediums? Raise your hands. Notice the mediums set together on that side of the room. One there, okay. And are you working mediums? Working mediums. Great. Do you want to come up and do a message for someone? Then they go, oh no. Oh, you did good. Good girl. Well, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you different ways that I tune into the spirit world, because every medium works very differently. And I thought it would be really fun, because believe it or not, there are things I can do here that I can't do in other parts of the country. Because you're so nice that even if I've offended you, you will say, that's okay. But in New York, they'd cut your throat, so I just got to be very careful. So thank you for being so hospitable and sweet and nice and caring. Appreciate it. I have been doing this work now for 30 years. I've been doing this 30 long years. I started when I was in inner utero, so I'll wait 5 minutes to get the joke. Can you see me okay, the camera? Okay. I hate seeing myself on the screen, so I won't be looking back at that screen. Especially when I turn around and see my big ass. So I love working to do this work with the spirit world. I'm a spiritual medium, and I am a person who was born with the ability or the sensitivity to be able to see, feel, and hear the spirit world, and be the instrument to, if you will, bringing the spirit consciousness, the spirit world consciousness, down to the planet and sharing it with other human beings, and reminding them that they are indeed our souls too, that they are spiritual beings having a physical experience, not the other way around. And my job, with many other mediums' jobs around the world, is to help produce, to remind you in your mind and your heart and your soul that you indeed are a soul being, and that this human experience is just a temporary experience, and that this isn't real. The human experience is not real. It is just an illusion. It's very true. And when 60, 70, 80, 90 years it'll be over, and guess what? You look back and say, wow, that was nothing compared to what time really is. Because there's no such thing as time. Time is relative to the 3-dimensional world. There is no such thing as time in the spirit world. We only live in a linear world of past, present, and future here, okay? But you as a soul, I want you to look at things that you're a soul having this physical experience, not the other way around, okay? And in my class this week, how many people are going to my class? Raise your hands. Look, oh, the front people, wow, okay, you paid extra, I got it. I'll give you guys messages back there since they're going to be in the class. I don't know where the message is going to go. I have no idea. I don't know, but good. I think it's a great opportunity for those who aren't even signed up for it yet. I think it's a great, great opportunity for you to come to a class, a workshop, to learn how to tune into your own intuition. Intuition is the language of the soul. And it's with intuition that we can live a life fully and make the right choices in life, that are right for us, that are in alignment and resonate within our truth. So the more you know about yourself, the easier it is to make the right choices in your life, which results in a happier life. Ta-da! Makes sense, doesn't it? So life is very, very simple, but we always get caught up in the complexity of the simplicity of life. We always have to tune into the negative, judgmental things instead of the positive, loving things. When in actuality and in reality, we are loving spiritual beings, and that's our natural state of energy. It's that divine source. We are the divine source. There is not a God that sits in a cloud and goes, you go there, you go there, you go there, you go there when we die. That doesn't happen. There is not a man with a beard. You are God yourself. You are the divine source right here in your heart. That's where the soul sits, tucked behind the heart. And that is where you are divine. That's where your seat of the soul is right there. And really, the more you use that divinity in your life, that God self in your life starts working. And the further you get away from using that, the more in fear, the more limited, the more unhealthy, all these things happen to you, victimization, whatever it might be, when you're not with Source. And Source is love. So when you're away from Source and divinity, you're away from your truth and your naturality. So that's why things happen. Interesting, James. Yes, true. So, very, very interesting to do this work because it helps not only you who come here today, and you come here today to seek out, if you will, spirit communication or to see how it works. You've been around other psychics or the mediums, but again, everyone is very different. It might be something that obviously you're here to discover. Obviously, your bonds of love that have brought you here really validate that there is a spirit world, otherwise you wouldn't be here. Because you've come to perhaps get involved with the spirit, to hear from somebody, and to get a message from somebody. But I wonder how many people came here into this room today wondering, I'm going to come here today and sit here and see how it's going to help the spirit world. By my coming here today, how will it help those in the spirit world who might need my help, who might need my prayers, who might need my wishes, who might need me to let them come through and let them say, I'm sorry one last time, or please forgive me one last time, or only if I knew what I did on the earth, what I know now, when I walked on the earth, I'd have made different choices and told you I loved you. So I wonder how many people walked into that room with that mindset. Not many. Maybe several. 3, 4, 5. Yeah? I think it's important that we realize that we share the space with the spirit world. We share the space because the spirits are not, again, in a heavenly cloud above us. They share the space next to you, in front of you, behind you, all around you. And they really try most days, on our call, we call them days, to let you know they're with you by projecting into your thoughts, into your consciousness, into your mind, thoughts about themselves, feelings about themselves, their names. They'll try any way they can in order to let you know that they've survived death. And many times when you first pass over to the other side of life, you have to look back at the conditions that you've created based on how you lived your life. So if you were somebody who went after somebody, manipulated somebody, tried to get over on them, tried to cheat somebody, and really take advantage of somebody, when you pass over to the other side of life, what you're going to see is all of that. And you have to see it, feel it, and hear it. We all have what's called a life review. In the life review, you live, if you will, in your mind, the experiences that you had from when you were born to the day you died, and all those little scenarios where, let's say, you were in traffic and you screamed to the guy next to you, or you went to a store and you yelled at the shopkeeper, and in turn that shopkeeper got very upset and yelled at a coworker, who got very upset and went home and yelled at the family, and so forth and so on. When you pass into the world of the spirit, what your life review, you will see that time in the traffic, how that person felt when you yelled at them, the time in the store when that shopkeeper felt that way, you'll feel how they felt, how the coworker felt, how the family member felt, 10 times, 20 times, 30 times stronger. Do you know how it is sometimes here on this earth when we say something to somebody and we're not too proud of it and we say, oh, I shouldn't have said that, you know? You all have had that experience, right? Hello, am I here? Okay, I'm wondering if you're living or dead, because if you were dead, you'd be a lot more lively. Just checking it out. So, imagine when you do that on the earth. I love to joke, I love to kid. I get serious when I have to, but then I joke. So, imagine the earth when you do something you're proud of, when you say something and you really regret what you said. Yeah? You can go up to someone and say, I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. Or you can email them, phone them, I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. Just popped out. Imagine when you live in eternity and you can't go back and say, I'm sorry I did that. Oh my God, look what I did by this one action, by this one thought that I created in your life. It affected that in your life, and 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 that in your life.
The Edge Life Expo and Events is coming to the Fargo Civic Center April 25th and 26th. The Fargo Holistic Expo will feature keynote speakers James Van Praagh, Dr. Darren Wiseman, Kayla Michelle, and several others. There will also be over 50 exhibitors, psychics, and so much more. For more information, go to edgelife.net.
My name is Gary Beckman. I'm the producer of the Edge Life Expos. I'll see you at the event.
And I want to begin just by asking, who knows what this means in American Sign Language? What does this mean? I love you. This 17 minutes is going to be a journey of love. It's going to be a journey of love, of understanding and appreciating the role that our mind plays in the health of our bodies, longevity, in the health of our relationships, the type of things that we attract, the way that we perceive ourselves in the world, because when we change the way that we view things, the things that we view change. And perception is a very interesting topic. So we're gonna jump right on in. And I'm gonna make this an interactive experience, so it's a lot of fun. In fact, turn to the person next to you and say, this is gonna be a lot of fun. So, did anybody wake up today saying, it is a great day for diarrhea and constipation? Anyone? I don't think so. Did anybody wake up and say, God, I would so love an 8 out of 10 migraine? Anyone? No. Anybody wake up today and say, oh, I'd love to have an itchy nose and scratchy eyes and be allergic to gluten, not be able to eat things? Anybody choose that? Anybody choose to be anxious about, what they're doing or who they're sitting next to or whatever it is? Would anybody ever choose to get stuck in traffic on King Street? Does anybody ever choose depression? Do people choose bipolar disorder? Do people choose to have struggling businesses, to be afraid that their nest egg won't be there? Do people choose inflammation on any level? Do people choose addiction on any level? Anybody choose addiction? Anybody choose cancer? What's the answer? The answer is hell no. Let's say that. Hell no. But wait a second. It's going on. And these experiences are happening with each and every one of us. We all are experiencing something in some way, this type of thing. So we want to now take a look at what is the conductor, like Howard Cable, what an amazing conductor. What is broadcasting this experience into our lives? So our intention today is we're going to transform the perceived crap of our bodies and our relationships into the fertilizer that helps us to sustainably grow, because that crap is what helps us to grow. It is fertilizer. There's nothing, rather than judging the allergy, the depression, the cancer, no. We're going to look at it as a conversation so that we can begin to appreciate and, learn how to quickly bridge the gap to where we are, meet ourselves, where are we right now, and where do we want to be? Where do we want to be? So a brief history. I'm the developer of something that's called the Lifeline Technique. And the Lifeline Technique is an integration of my life's work as a doctor of chiropractic and acupuncture, studying Chinese medicine, the five-element theory, chakras and Ayurvedic medicine, homeopathy, neurolinguistic programming, EMDR, color therapy, sound therapy. I am so passionate about empowering people to be their best on every level. And on June 17, 2002, I had a moment where I woke up. And I woke up to this flowchart. I saw it, and in about 30 minutes, I wrote it out. And it is everything that I'd ever studied, and it's an integration of all these different systems all into one. This is a blueprint of the mind. This is a blueprint of the mind. And the mind's relationship to our body, our mind's relationship to our relationships, and using this hand mudra, which means I love you, the words infinite love and gratitude. Go ahead and say that. Infinite love and gratitude, high vibration. And muscle reflex testing, we are able to have a dialogue with the mind and begin to understand the programs that are buried in our mind that, when triggered, cause us to react in a conditioned way. And then, rather than react, we react in a maladaptive way. We're not able to adapt fully to the present moment. I want to give us a fresh perspective of life. I'm so happy that I followed Alex. What an incredible, incredible man, and what an incredible vision of appreciating longevity, because I know it to be true that our body has the ability to heal, completely regenerate, and be whole. We're designed that way. But here's this journey. We all want to be optimally healthy. This is like, let's be optimally healthy. Let's do these things to help ourselves be the healthiest person that we can be. And then there's this other side where at some point we all successfully achieve death. At some point, we end up at this place that's called death. And in between, there's this experience called life. When we get close to death, there's this line, and it says pathology. You see where it says pathology? Pathology literally means diagnosable disease. So I'll take a blood test, I'll take a urinalysis, and if it shows outside the normal reference range, you can be given a name. You've got ulcerative colitis, you've got cancer, you've got diabetes, you've got osteoporosis. But what happens is people go to their doctors, and they've got diarrhea, they've got anxiety, they got headaches, they're not sleeping well, and I can't find anything wrong with you. If the body isn't broken down 40+%, a diagnosable disease does not show up. If the body is not broken down 40+%, a diagnosis doesn't show up. So if you're 39, 38, 37%, whatever, you've got these symptoms, you go to your doctor, well, take this pill for that, take this pill for this, take this pill for that pill, and you're on this cycle. And the key is, there is another way, there is another fresh perspective of understanding how do we tap into the mind's role as far as influencing our body's fullest potential for healing. Because we know that every drug that is out there is compared in the studies to a placebo, and we know that the placebo is the mind. And in a Harvard study, the placebo is 95% successful, so we put billions and trillions of dollars into medication and taking a pill. But what if we actually put billions and trillions of dollars into the mind and its influence on our body? Because medication has its purpose, but the mind has a real purpose. And let's take a look at it. Because we have this thing that's called muscle reflex testing. Anybody familiar with muscle reflex testing? Anybody here not familiar with muscle reflex testing? Are you familiar with it? You mind coming up here real quick? Yeah. Cool. So go ahead and stand right here. And I'm going to have you bend your left arm. There's no injury to your left arm? No. Okay, keep it elbow in. And I'm going to have you imagine you got a bucket of gold. And you hold strong. Don't let me push down. Okay, hold strong. All we're looking for is that it locks out really strong. It just locks out, that when I let go, it bounces. Elbow in, grab a bucket of gold. Don't let me push. Hold strong. Lift it up. Don't let you push? Don't let me push. You hold strong. Okay. Say the word love. Love, love, love.
Love, love, love.
Elbow in, hold strong. Say fear.
Fear, fear, fear.
Elbow in, hold strong. Hold strong. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Hold strong. Yeah. Hold strong.
Whoa.
Hold strong.
You're hypnotizing me.
No, no hypnotizing. Hold strong.
I love it.
Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Let's finish on love. Always finish on love. Love, love, love.
Love, love, love.
Hold strong. Thank you.
The Edge Life Expo and Events is coming to the Fargo Civic Center April 25th and 26th. The Fargo Holistic Expo will feature keynote speakers James Van Praagh, Dr. Darren Wiseman, Kayla Michelle, and several others. There will also be over 50 exhibitors, psychics, and so much more. For more information, go to edgelife.net.
My name is Gary Beckman. I'm the producer of the Edge Life Expos. I'll see you at the event.
Hi, I'm Kayla Michelle, and I'm a psychic medium, a teacher, and a speaker. First thing that usually happens when I let people know what I do is they ask right away, how did you know you were psychic, or when did you become psychic? Were you born with it, or was this something that you learned? Firstly, my opinion is that everyone is born with this. I have a saying that not everyone's an opera singer, but everyone can sing. So it doesn't mean you shouldn't be singing in the shower. Same thing with psychic abilities or intuitive abilities. We're all born with it. We all have that innate tool to let us know when something doesn't feel right, when something's wrong. Our gut tells us that maybe we should go left instead of right. And I simply just chose to work on what I already had. When I was a child, I knew when people were lying to me. I could tell if there had been a fight in a room when I walked in because the energy felt different. I knew if some of my playmates were at home or not at home without having to call. Just random strangers, I would know things about them. I was pretty much told by family that I was crazy, that I didn't know anything for sure, that I was making it up. I had an active imagination. And after years of being told that I was wrong or just nonsensical, I just really shut it down. And it wasn't until my late 20s that it just kind of popped up again. I actively started hearing spirit, which I found out later to be my spirit guides and my angels. And they would tell me. They would tell me things that were coming up. They saved me in some dangerous situations, actually. And it was this really beautiful relationship that I cultivated with spirit. I, like many other people, I took classes so I could hone into these special kind of tools and gifts. Once I got beyond just the intuitive, I could actually feel things, physically feel sensations. I could smell things and taste things. I could see spirit. Most of it is inside me, in my head, not with the naked eye, but sometimes it is. And I hear things, both audibly and also inside my head in that side. Why do I do what I do? My main goal is to work with clients in the community on that psychic level, not so much the mediumship level, just to help people navigate this lifetime. I believe that everything we experience, everything that we believe, is either out of fear or out of love. And anything, it just kind of lies on that line, on that spectrum. And typically if a client comes to me, they're stuck, which usually is a fear-based thing. So we will delve into what they're stuck on and how we can move them out of that stuck or out of that fear phase and into that forward movement, which is always going to be love-based. Work really closely with the client's angels and their spirit guides to receive that information. And again, I get it pretty much every way you can. I hear it, I see it, I feel it. I will sometimes taste it, smell it, and it's just this whole big kind of circus in my head. And my job is to take all that information and put it in a form that my client can understand it. And it's really kind of cool because intuitively I know whether this person relates more to visual or to verbal or to actually feeling, where we'll just kind of touch stuff and I'm like, it kind of feels like that, or it makes me feel this way when I tap into your energy. And it's great because that is the perfect way for this information to get to the client, so in their perspective it makes perfect sense. And so when they walk away, my highest goal is that they leave with a sense of peace, a sense of direction, fortitude, and the desire to move forward in all of the aspects of their lives. My favorite aspects to work is, of course, love, relationship, family members. I have been called upon to find things, such as a will that was lost. Ended up in a very strange place in the garage in a very old file cabinet. So that was fun. The opportunity to work with a local sheriff's department in trying to gather some information on a murder investigation. Was interesting phone call that I received. The sheriff had his doubts and I had his doubts, but I did give them over some, I believe, important details that no one would know except for a spirit. And since I have been in contact with that victim a few times, and it's truly rewarding. It helped the family figure out what happened, and I have been in the process of helping one of the family members move forward too, out of that grief area that we can become when we do lose a loved one, especially through violence or an accident. But my main goal, again, is to just have people go forward with their lives. And because we often forget that this is our journey too. My belief system is that we do get to experience life on earth and other places as many times as our soul chooses, so that we can develop and learn and expand through every kind of experience imaginable. I suggest that everyone try and develop their intuitive or their psychic abilities. I can't think of any better way to enhance your life, to enhance your career, your relationships. It's magical, and we were all born with it so that we can use it. And once we really understand that this is a God-given gift, that it can't be taken away, that it isn't just given to a few of us, that we all come down with it so that we can grow. Each experience, and I'm a believer that we are born time and time again. This isn't a one-shot deal. You don't have to get everything right. I believe that it makes our life easier because each lifetime we have these lessons, these stories that we want to experience.
The Edge Life Expo and Events is coming to the Fargo Civic Center April 25th and 26th. The Fargo Holistic Expo will feature keynote speakers James Van Praagh, Dr. Darren Wiseman, Kayla Michelle, and several others. There will also be over 50 exhibitors, psychics, and so much more. For more information, go to edgelife.net.
My name is Gary Beckman. I'm the producer of the Edge Life Expos. I'll see you at the event.